A very good evening or afternoon. It is 20 past 6 over here, and we're going to continue with Final Fantasy XIV Saturdays. Small warning, at the end of the stream, I will not be immediately raiding. If there's someone to raid, I will be instead doing a small block for the subscribers. But I'll be giving an update on the Twitch channel. Hope everyone has been doing well. I have had my issues, mostly to deal with the weather. So yeah, I've not been able to stream for almost an entire week. So anyway, last time we were on the moon. And as you can imagine from the title of today's stream, today is death and destruction. The final days, the apocalypse is officially upon us. Which means there's only one way forward. We're going to start on what is one of the longer sections of the game, all of the level 85 quests. And they are lots. General rule of thumb, half an hour for each quest, 45 minutes if there is a dungeon involved. And we have 10 quests to go through, so it's going to be a long one. So yeah, the skies are aflame with the sound of a... Yeah, never mind. I will never get tired of this. So, let me actually check here. Let's see if, yeah, it's technically better, but not by a lot. Eh. Anyway. Let's start to Iowa, shall we? So we just immediately jump into the action. Everyone has assembled, yes. I thank you for lending us your aid in our battle against the blasphemy. Let us review our plan of attack. I would have you board this boat and circle around to the north side of the island. There you will find a dense jungle we call Vanish Party. It is a sacred wood, home to many temples and a number of villages. Vitra and the Radiant Host have gone there ahead of us. I ask that you join them and do all in your power to destroy this blasphemy. Yes, Vanish Party is available. We immediately jump into the action. Welcome to the end of the world. Now in gorgeous HD. The skies over Fafnir are aflame and panic spreads through the populace like wildfire. One by one, civilians are twisted into grotesque fiends, hell-bent on slaughtering everything in sight. The deadliest of these creatures leads its newly spawned kin through the jungle towards a number of smaller settlements. And as such, Ahawan has dispatched his Radiant Host to forestall the carnage. The duo Vitro too lends his strength to the cause. Even that may prove insufficient, and thus do the Scions enter the fray. Like I said. We are entering the beginning of the end. And after this stream, we are halfway done with Endwalker. Got 5 more streams to go after this, so we'll be done at like around the start of September actually. Neato. So yeah, I will mention this is the last time, at least this quest line will be the last time we are like actually in Vanaspati. Or in Vanaspati, in Fafnir. So we will be doing all the quests for flying today as well. And I also love how the music continues on into the dungeon. So yeah, that's just going to start. Dungeon itself is one of those dungeons that quote unquote you can't repeat, so we had to kind of think of a way to explain how we can redo this dungeon. So anyway, as is tradition, the third dungeon in any given expansion is always a bit weird. I'm gonna go ahead and do this because of this reason right here. But Nasrati has a really annoying trick up its sleeve where sometimes enemies will be coming in from behind. Buddy, over here. So yeah, this is the first dungeon with Terminus beasts. And they basically fight like every other enemy. Oh, not that we could continue much further anyway.
This is the only way.
And it really showcases. It's a bit like Holmes Minister Switch in that it really showcases the sheer terror of the situation. Which I've always really liked. Yeah, it is definitely a spectacle dungeon. You know, like I always kind of like to divide the dungeons into lore dungeons and spectacle dungeons, especially from Stormblood onwards. And this is definitely a spectacle dungeon. You know, like each dungeon has a reason to exist, be that for spectacle or for lore, and this is a dungeon that exists. I feel like exists for spectacle. Help a lot. Also, that means I'll be working on my my main again, because I'm, like I said before, I might start raiding. Not sure yet. It kind of depends. We are on towards the first boss. Say hi to the Terminus Snatcher. And all of a sudden the music that you've been hearing throughout the expansion really comes into its own here. Like, I do feel that the mid-dungeon and final dungeon music really starts coming into its own once you actually hit Vanos parties. Like, it kind of feels like almost tailor-made for this dungeon in particular. So yeah, it's very simple. You go to the mouth that isn't saying anything. Also, can I say that those hyper-realistic mouths just are really terrifying? At least I think they are. Oh, never mind. I'm done. Thank you. Yeah, the boss itself, you have already seen all the mechanics attached. Also, obviously, it's reasonably terrifying to see what they turn into. But then again, we have seen these enemies before, of course, although back then they weren't called Terminus. If you don't remember. We saw these kinds of enemies in Amarot as well, all the way back at level 80. This is why I also always say that Endwalker cannot be seen on its own, but always have to be judged combined with Shadowbringers. Because without it, I don't feel that the expansion is complete. Although, rather, I almost feel like Endwalker was originally meant to be from this point onward, with Shadowbringers being until the killing of Zodiac. But that's like a theory that I'll kind of leave behind for now.
What is this vile presence I sense?
Because it definitely feels like this dungeon specifically was designed to be the first dungeon of the new expansion.
Beyond the
Especially if you like compare this to something like Whole Mist Switch. But yeah, so anyway, more beasties to kill. And that's it. Oh, okay, that's it. So it's a bit awkward when like there's something in the way and we can't move on. Also, always be nice to your ninja and make sure that you are actually in Dozan. Your ninja will love you for it. In the meantime, on my main, I have been working on Machinist. I've been slowly that I will level that to 80 tonight. Because range is the last one that I need to last questing, but I'll explain that once we get there. Like we will actually be, I believe we will be getting there this stream. So, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we can see just how it all spreads. Surprisingly terrifying. Okay, make sure it's in Dothan. May allow your ninja to be a happy ninja. I need to start learning how to properly deal with all of this. So, almost at the end. At least at the end of this part. Are they their motor speed reduced, but also their attack speed, which I see a lot of people like not use arm's length, but it is really, really useful. Like seriously, guys, use it. You will thank the healer and DPS will thank you. Speaking of that, our ninja is currently experiencing some leveling issues, which is very. Double. Go ahead. Stay on. Take a look at my own. Oh no, but I was offending. Shit. We're waiting on a ninja who has DC'd. Alright then. Oh, we're just going to be doing this bit too. Anyway, say hi to the 7 as well, I reckon. Okay, that sucks. That didn't quite work out. What the hell was that? I think the mechanics still hit, despite the fact that... Oh, wow, okay, that's awkward. Ah, damn it, just like a tad too late. That's it. Okay, so I want to stay the fuck away from water, if at all possible. Go, stop up the right field, so as we don't moving the hell away. I am very much a fan of the idea that always do a dungeon as if it's savage. You know, like always try to give it your best because you will help other people with it as well. Okay, he's fine. There we go. There's the conveyor. Like I said, if it's fire, you just jump into the water bubble, otherwise, you don't. Not much else to say about it, you've seen all the mechanics at this stage. You know, like, try to not hit the water if he's spawning the water, try to hit the water if he's spawning with fire. Going, yank. No. Just in case. Let me see if I can. Go, searching for new party members. We're just kind of waiting on the lagoon. It's always like if you're a DPS, it always is very much advised to at the very least see if you can join a party in progress. Like, it definitely helps. Also, can I say I haven't really said anything yet because I've been so focused on fighting, but God, this dungeon looks beautiful. It's very beautiful in how destructive it looks. If that makes sense. Okay, so we can't really do much in that case. I can do here? But yeah, he's getting the combination simply for helping out. If he doesn't mess up too much, and he will get the commendation no matter what. Like, I always try to commendate people who jump in. Who like take who do the thankless job of jumping into already imparted dungeons. Simply because, you know, it's not something that a lot of people are willing to do. There we go. Not, I don't think it is the final group, but if it is, then that would explain the longer section earlier. Yes, you can see dungeons are designed to be around 20 minutes, but in general, dungeons will take about 15 minutes if you just pull as much as you can without dying. Come on, buddies, over here. Good boys. As per usual, we'll be taking a break after 5 quests. Kind of like the middle of the street. There we go, time for the final boss. Say hi to a massive sneaky boy. A sneaky boy that hopefully has a name. And the name is Svarbanu, who is our first true blasphemy of the night. And alright, we'll be finding quite a few of them. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong way. I really should get into stage at some point, but then again I also should still at some point level out mage and dancer and yeah. I really at some point should start making sure that my classes are no longer being as neglected as much as they probably are. Focus when I was on machinist style getting to 90. I'll probably actually like level Reaper as a secondary class on here, just in case. I believe the rule of thumb is... Oh, never mind. I'm an idiot. I had forgotten about this. To be fair, it's not as if Honest Party is like... Seems like someone here as well is... This is a mechanic to take a bit of getting used to, and if you are colorblind, then this is a very mean mechanic to throw at you. But then again, the game has so many options in regards to colorblindness that there is really no excuse. Like, they give you a lot of options depending on your type of colorblindness. Like, this is about as inclusive a game as you're going to find. Yeah. That boss itself isn't too hard, but now here's an additional mechanic start called Crumbling Sky. I've seen this mechanic before. I hope you like me. I hope you like WarioWare gameplay. Start I have to start moving around a lot. There we go. Moving on to his new attack, Augment of Decay. Yeah, I can kind of stay here. Go, everyone will go into different places. And there we go, we've made ourselves a lovely, neat little square. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go with the code. That works. So yeah, let's just not actually skip the cutscene quite yet. This is a new cutscene. Oh, it isn't, actually. Is he really gone? No, he's not. There we go. That is Fun Party. That's the 85th dungeon done. We are halfway done with the dungeons, which is a thing that which is something that will be said a lot throughout history.
As I feared.
What is it?
The beast was there, and now it is no more. Yes?
Indeed. We saw it plain. But you didn't, did you?
I saw nothing. Not the blasphemy that perished here, nor the other men turned beasts. And because of this, I now see all too well. There is no ether. Where the creatures should be, I saw naught but emptiness.
Oh boy.
Emptiness? But that would mean...
Recall the words of the Watcher. 'Twas a stagnancy of ether, a cessation of flow, leading to decay and absence, that led the ancients to conclude their star was dying. This is the same phenomenon. The instant these people are seized by the transformation, their ether begins to rot and crumble away like dried mud. Until, from their corporeal forms to their very souls, naught remains.
But the beast spoke with its dying breath. Surely at least a sliver of the man it was endured.
Mayhaps so. But even if the process was incomplete, it was little more than a faint residue.
God be good. You're saying they cannot be saved?
Not by any means known to me. Or by any means at all, like as not. For there is naught left to save.
They return not even to the ethereal sea.
The beasts rage on, their hunger insatiable. Even deprived of their master, they perpetuate his legacy of hate. Once proud sons and daughters of Thavnir, all of them, and now I spill their blood.
Vitra, my friends, I am heartened to see you safe.
You put your secret at risk.
Those closest to me already know the truth. A truth I must now share with one and all. Vitra, calamity has come to Radzatan. Our fair nation is rent by screams of pain and despair. More than ever, we require a strong leader to shepherd us through the storm. Reveal your true self to our people, Vitra, and guide us to salvation.
What madness is this, I-One? Thou dost forget thyself. Were we to reveal our duplicity, it would do naught but foster confusion and chaos. Nay, I shall remain the Satrap's loyal ally, and do battle with the beasts. Easing hearts and leading the people to safety is thy task, and thine alone. I ask that you remain at Ahewan's side, and render unto him what aid you may. I know not what lies ahead, but without you, Radzatan will not survive.
Take me with you. I am as at home fighting in the air as I am on land. Take me with you.
Were my words unclear? I require no assistance. Thy place is at Ahewan's side.
Estinian, here. The last thing you ever wanted, a link pearl. We'd gain much from knowing your elevated perspective. And it'll keep you from getting lonely, which I know you loathe.
You heard the man. Seems I'm coming with you after all.
Then I pray thy grip is iron. Be it on thy head if thou dost chance to fall.
Fair enough. Now, shall we?
I fear it is as Vitra says. We will not survive this on our own, while I am loath to impose upon you again.
I would insist if you did not. 'Tis the very reason we have come.
Then once more I find myself without words to thank you properly. Let us return to the capital and plan our next course of action.
So yeah, there's a lot we've learned there. The most important part is that this time around, death really is the end. Of course, that from now on Estinian, whether he wants to or not, is going to have to fight alongside us. Even if he's not a fan of it. So yeah, that's the beginning for us of the end. And funnest part, either one dungeon this in the coming 2 streams. I will say this already, the next dungeon is going to be done with trusts, and you will know why once we get there. So yeah. Let's go ahead and move into the city proper once more. Our radiant host has eliminated the immediate threat to the city, though it pains me to know those beasts were once my own people. There is no telling when or where the next transformation might occur. We must remain vigilant and steel ourselves for whatever is yet to come. You may now enter Independence Party with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located on duty in the main menu. Also, we are 2 levels in front, and that is only gonna get worse as time progresses. Let's unmask the blasphemy, shall we? Forgive me, my friends, but I must return to Megaduta for the time being. There I can better manage this crisis and dispatch my troops as the situation demands. In that case, we shall carry out an investigation of our own here in the city. Mayhap the residents can tell us more about the first of the transformations and the conditions under which it occurred. If we can ascertain what exactly triggered these tragic events, it may give us some insight as to a possible solution. Time is of the essence. Let us split into 3 groups that we may cover more ground. LSA and I will seek the Pax's path. Pankrat and Istola pray make for Dharma. I leave Arta to Graha and you, tribe. Any information you can gather on the first blasphemy of them or the manifestation of the final days here in the city would be most helpful. When we have completed our respective inquiries, let us reconvene in front of Megaduta, that we might share what we have learned with the satrap. Indeed. Hang on, over here, buddy. Shall it be off then? Arta is home to the High Crucible of Alchemia, whose alchemists forged many of our warding skills. That seems as good as a place as any to begin our investigation, don't you think? I spoke briefly with Nuhadin, the chief alchemist there, on our last visit. He should be happy to answer all our queries. Alright, is now accompanying you. Thank you. It truly is an interesting experience. And also, since it says here right here, I'm on the Behemoth server, which apparently has a very large Brazilian population of players. So I guess enough as network every once in a while, but I can be bothered to enter there. Which I can't anymore, actually. I guess I can technically, but don't want to. I always learn a bit of Portuguese there, I guess. Even if I don't know what the words mean. But hey, that's part of the fun, isn't it? Ah, I remember those red eyes. You were with those scions who commissioned the scales from us, yes? I welcome you back to the High Crucible. What brings you here in these troubling times? We are assisting the satrap in investigating the crisis that plagues the city. Did you happen to catch sight of any of the creatures? I did. As I was going about my work, I was disturbed by crashing footsteps so powerful that the very ground shook. I rushed outside and could not believe what I beheld. The night sky was burning. Suddenly I heard panicked screams coming from the direction of the Balshan Bazaar. In the next instant, a monstrous beast poked its head out from amidst the stalls. A handful of the Radiant rushed to the scene, only to be sent spiraling as the Fiend and its minions propelled themselves skywards. So the blasphemy came from the vicinity of the markets. This knowledge may prove useful. I thank you for sharing your tale. Well, I do believe we now know where we should inquire next. To the bazaar, then! Yes. To the bazaar, indeed. In the meantime, I'm kind of thinking of what I'm going to be saying once I'm done with the Final Fantasy stream, because I'll be having a short, as I said at the start of today's stream, I'll be having a short, I guess, channel update is the best way to call it. Forgive me, but my shop is closed until further notice. Needless to say, we've more pressing concerns these days. We have not come in search of wares, but information concerning the enormous fiend that tore through the bazaar. Did you perchance witness anything? Afraid not, my friend. I was here the whole time, so I only saw its little minions. Made a mess of the place, they did. Well, this was all going on. The great big one tore through the west side of the bazaar. You'd have better luck asking there. Okay, so we're kind of doing some investigating here. Like, we're kind of learning about how the first fiend, the first blasphemy came to be. Is something the matter, traveler? If you are lost, perhaps I could be of assistance. Your offer is most appreciated. We are not lost, but we are indeed in need of information. Might you know anything about the gargantuan beast that rampaged through the bazaar? Aye, I saw it all, though I wish I had not. I was going about my work when all of a sudden a piercing scream cut through the air. I turned around and there was the fiend, its massive body bursting through that entryway with the force of a tidal wave. And then it was gone, as quickly as it came. Okay, so it burst through the... Hang on. Pardon me. Balshan Bazaar. If commerce is the lifeblood of Razadhan, then these roofed market stalls would be its heart. Balshan himself was a legendary merchant who made a vast fortune through trade with other nations. It was his final wish that his estate be spent on the construction of a great bazaar, overflowing with coin and wares. Sorry, Gra, just kinda had to. It's actually a really nice bit of world building. Sisters, have mercy. What is happening to the world? What am I to do? Is nowhere safe? Settle down, friend. The danger has passed, at least for now. If it's not too painful to remember, could you tell us what you saw? First I heard screams. Then a horde of ravaging beasts came charging towards us. One of them was huge, bigger than a Merit, throwing people about like ragdolls, and it was eating them. I hid under the counter, so others do the same. But the shrieking and wailing kept getting louder. More voices in the throng. Beasts of victims. I couldn't tell. I knew not what was happening. I still don't. That is enough, my fellow man, good man. You were brave to share with us your tale. Many of your fellow merchants are safe. Thy crucible, too, has survived, mostly unscathed. Pray stay close to your friends and loved ones, and rest your body and mind while you are able. I suspect that that is the most we can expect from the people here to tell us. I think it's best if we find a place outside the bazaar where we might receive, or where we might rest and review our findings. Judging by their accounts, the transformation had already occurred by the time the beast reached the bazaar. It tore through the west side of the bazaar and headed towards the Aetheryte Plaza. In other words, the blasphemy may have first appeared in this vicinity. That being the case, the people in the mayhem surely can tell us more. Or can surely tell us more. Does that really matter? I guess it does. Tune. I also like the fact that we can like see the outside of the Alchemist Guild, and of course the weather is still very much the bright red of the apocalypse. Going after that enormous beast, are you? Aye, I saw it, including the very instant that poor bastard transformed. Damn the gods for putting me there. It started over there, by the window. A few men, merchants probably, talking and drinking. Conversation must have taken a turn for the worse. Next thing I know, their leader, I suppose he was, buried his head in his hands, and black mist was swirling about him. Then his whole body bursts apart, and there stands a hideous, slavering beast, massive and foul, all gaping mouths and bulging eyes. His friends start shrieking, then the black mist comes again, until the change takes them too. The stuff of nightmares, I tell you. Nightmares indeed. Incidentally, do you perchance know who those merchants were? No, I'm a decorator by trade. Not much cause to mingle with their sort. Saw Michiel, the barmaid, chatting with them though. She might know something. Also, yoink on this one as well. The Maiden's Mahane, owned and run by the eponymous Mermaid. This Mahane offers light meals and beverages, with the main draw being its myriad varieties of liquor distilled by local alchemists. Foreign visitors are often entranced by the stage performers, whose movements incorporate elements of traditional Tavnarian dance. Oh, there's nothing happening there, so... yeah. Even after repairing all that damage, it will take a while for the business to pick up again. You mean that blasphemy? That's what the Radiants have been calling it anyway. I saw it too, we all did. I was standing here at the counter as Mairead poured me a drink, when suddenly there came this dreadful sound, like a pained, angry moan. It wasn't like anything I'd ever heard. I turned around in shock, and from an ominous cloud of black mist rose the creature, enormous and ghastly to behold. As for what happened next, to recall it sent shivers down my spine. By some stroke of fortune, I was able to slip out before the beast got its claws on me. But the sight that greeted me offered me no solace. The blue sky above turned red as blood. Mairead, myself, and the other survivors clung to each other for dear life until the Radiant host came to our aid. Wait, did I hear you correctly? The beast manifested before the sky began to burn. I'm certain of it. The window here offers a clear view of the sky, and I saw nothing out of the ordinary until the beast appeared and began to rage. That is an interesting clue right there, and a very interesting observation. It's the type of observation that you might forget about, but when it comes to reconstructing the other events, becomes really important. Oh, hello there. Welcome to Mairead's Mahane. What can we get you? You have come not for libations, but rather for information. You are Michiel, yes? We are investigating the so-called blasphemy on the Satrap's behalf. We hear it was one of your customers, a merchant, that first underwent transformation. What can you tell us about him? He was something of a regular here, especially of late. Halzal was his name. He ran his own consortium, dealing primarily in the exports of Tavnarian specialties. Oh no, we've heard of him before. Yeah, it was through him that we met Masha. And, you know, Tower of Salt and everything that happened afterwards. Yes, the names ring a bell. Didn't you meet them both when you first tripped to Tavnia? Yes. If I recall correctly, Halzal ran a trading operation in Yadameld. And it was there that you met Masha's connections? I don't know what the last one is. Yes, that is the same Halzal, no doubt. A rather successful man, from what I gather. That said, it was clear that he had fallen on hard times of late. Those ghastly towers popping up everywhere cannot have been good for business. Even now, with the towers gone, the collapse of the Empire has led to all sorts of problems elsewhere. The market for luxury is surely not what it once was. Trying times for the head of a trading consortium, indeed. Halzal was a compassionate man. Even after his own business suffered, he did what he could to provide for the artisans, fishermen, and many others who counted on him to sell their wares. Indeed, that was the very topic of yesterday's meeting, as far as I could hear. Yet as they discussed matters further, Halzal's tone grew grave and grim. It was then that... Forgive me, I will not have you recall the memory of it brings you pain. If I could, I would ask just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual about Halzal in particular? Please. Anything at all. Sorry, nothing springs to mind. Perhaps someone else can help you. Halzal lived for his work, and he had no family that I know of. His employees and associates knew him best, but they too are lost to us. Still, perhaps his neighbors know something I do not. I can direct you to them, if you believe it would help. What do you say? Yeah, sure. So yeah, there we go. Let's go in amidst the apocalypse. Kalzal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kalzal lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. Also, are we standing in the middle of... Hang on. Hang on. Oh. Ignore this for a hot second. Settings. Maybe there. Let me check here something real fast. I might have accidentally messed something up here. Yeah, no, I messed something up here. Okay, good. Let me just quickly do something here. There we go. Apologies for that. I just kinda... It doesn't happen often that something like this happens. Come on, the name is new to me. How do we get there? I'll write down some directions. I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. Come, let us see where this lead takes us. Also, please, Gale, get out of my body if possible. Please get out. Thank you. I'm not sure how I feel about having a cat inside of my body. Retrace our steps and head back towards the Ephraim Plaza. Okay. So yeah, we're as of right now doing some CSI Eorzea, I guess. Let me see, can we at this point use it? Not certain if we can yet. Nope. Now luckily I already know where we need to go, so we just have to move up here. But just... Okay, so let's ascend the stairs. You can already see it on the minimap where we need to be. Leading southeast. This is right here. And then from there we follow to Kava. Kava, not Karma. Although it wouldn't surprise me if they had their own version of Karma. Oh, wait, hang on. Alzadal's Peace. Within this mausoleum is interred the mortal remains of Alzadal, the leader of the Ori tribe which sailed to Tefnir from the mainland. By joining the might of his people with the Alcazadara, Alzadal tipped the scales against the Gachusara, bringing an end to the internecine war of the Matanga tribes. Hang on. I can do this. I can't do this. Guess we have to walk again. So be it. But yeah, like, I will never stop saying that Razat Han looks absolutely beautiful. Especially compared to Umor. Which worked as for what they wanted to do, but it was also very gaudy. If that makes sense. Like, it was very gaudy, it was very new rich person's idea of being rich. Whereas this is just very colorful. And a nice contrast to the whiteness of, like, the almost like a Greek aesthetic of Sharlayan. And this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Khalzal. Given the recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. Which would make sense. Khalzal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spend his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. You could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise really, what with how dangerous travel had become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn to dusk the other day. No doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then at night, I heard the door open. I looked out to see Khalzal sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see, the situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Khalzal, cordial and honest, like always. These questions you are asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughter told me not to venture outside. Stuck in here as I am, I've heard little about these bazaars going on. Rest assured, the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without a warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter, and be prepared to take refuge should Satrap order it. Go, we now have access to Karma. Let's see, it's in behind this door. There we go. Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Tefnir. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know a local merchant named Khalzal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Khalzal, you say? Aye, I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he managed to turn things around, thanks to a generous order from Rufiadan Fibers. Why, he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jihabana Baham might be able to tell you more though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Gina Baha at Riran Fibers. That sounds promising. She's over there. This is a recent change they made actually, that you can use the Ether. It makes these quests so much easier. That's definitely one of the best changes they've made so far to this expansion. Hang on. There we go. Ruvidan Fibers. This state-sponsored workshop is famed for producing silk thread of exquisite quality. Its sericulture and weaving techniques were once jealously guarded secrets, but security measures had become lax since Ulda and other nations began manufacturing their own silk fabrics. Bonk. And hurry, I say! There is no time to waste. Pardon me, but you are in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. And you can carry our fabrics. Fine by me. Go through that door and speak with Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. This area is for employees only. Out! Out! What's that? You've come to help. Oh, praise be to Mindarova. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way here, you passed 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Nabrifal, by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is from Manuha, and that massive crate there goes to Zemera by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here done. Okay. Storehouse near the hatchery. Some small, busy stuff to keep ourselves busy. Even during the apocalypse, life goes on. And once again, I really like it how they kind of represent how heavy this is by using the interacting button. And we are also now lowering, so... Carried all the crates to the storehouses, you say? And so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. I and my associate will see to the rest. So please return to Jinabaha and assure him our work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late. But generous souls like yourself give me the hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Done as I asked, have you? If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I too have delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we will not lose any more to those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then before we could even begin to make sense of it, a hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror, and in the next instant he too sprout fearsome claws. The sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask? Indeed, you knew the merchant Kalzal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kalzal, I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand, we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he discussed it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair. You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, as soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here, the poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends, as well as those that witnessed it all, undergoing the change. I suspect that everything began with Kalzal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. Let us go beyond the depths of despair. We were to reconvene with the others inside of Megadota, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they will have already returned from their own investigations. My friends, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy. But remember, your lives are far more precious than any wares. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern, and pray you too take care of her as well.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
So the merchant Kalzal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Kalzal's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast. Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
Look! It's the Satrap!
The Satrap!
Thank the heavens!
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palaka's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday, and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share,
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
you are?
I'm Matya of Akyali, a humble fisherman.
Hello there, buddy. Haven't seen you in a while.
Ah, I remember you from our first visit.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Palaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have mercy! Your Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Run as fast as you can! Our people, you must save them. My son,
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes, you will survive. You must.
Be strong, my friends! Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations! Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground.
You can really see the fact that he's been a leader for 100 years.
Stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alice! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village! I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest!
Right!
Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
You can really see just how Grahatia has been a leader for 100 years in the way that he talked, which is like a really nice detail that he like suddenly becomes a lot more assertive, a lot more confident. Yeah, fun cutscenes all around. We must save Palaka's stand, whatever it takes. Yeah, whatever it takes actually. Matsya, it pains me to put you into harm's way, but I would ask your aid as well. Of course, Palaka's stand is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Try by asking you take the lead to dispatch any beasts you encounter. Alice and I will keep Matsya hidden amidst the trees and follow when the path is clear. There's no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled. Also, from now on, we're going to be using the Ether Compass because we, at the end of this long road of quests, we will be able to fly in this place. And currently, we have one. So, it's exactly the road we're going. He's doing one of the tribal quest side quests. Okay, buddy. Okay, so we keep going south. That's where we need to go anyway. Moving into the next set of jungle. We have a stalker and a pursuer. Once again, we have animals that... The thing is, we haven't actually seen something like this before. In something that is like has no ether in the first place. And so we don't know what it is that they... How, you know, like what their stance on ether even is. Or if there's like no stance at all, it's just death and destruction. And I think that that's what makes this makes these enemies interesting from a lore perspective. Is this is so far removed. Like basically when we're dealing with these enemies, the idea of ether and the the 6 elements and Astral and Umbro basically all gets thrown out of the window. or gets thrown out of the window, and that is what is interesting to me. I know it's probably not the best idea to do this before we've actually reached. The fun thing is even though, you know, these people are all doing their own normal quest lines, it suddenly becomes a lot more exciting because of the energy that we specifically have. Like, those people don't have this. They don't have the apocalypse, they don't have the music. But it looks so much more epic because we do have that. No quest. Oh yeah, that's like, I believe right up there, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I might as well go and have a quick look around here. Like, we are way ahead of schedule in regards to... There we go. Yeah, way ahead of schedule in regards to how many quests or where we should be. Like, remember that the way that I normally time these out is like you have 45 minutes for a quest in a dungeon. You have 30 minutes for one without it, and so far we've been like way ahead of schedule. That's not entirely true. We're now on the 4th quest with 1 hour and 38 minutes in. But like, this quest was, I believe this quest is mostly... Yeah, this quest is mostly done already, so... Kindly piss off, please. Thank you. So yeah, say hi to Palika's stand. Or Palikas. I've been saying Palika like since the start of the expansion. I don't know why. There we go. It's kind of B. Oh no. That looks bad. We must heal those we can, and quickly. I see no beast, but yada yada yada, something. Let's go ahead and save the 4 villages of Palika stand that we got. 2 of which are right here. So that helps. Cooling body has already begun to stiffen. The massive wound suggests the villager was gored by a terrible beast. The villager has no pulse, nor do they appear to be breathing. God damn it. Though the villager's injuries do not appear to be life-threatening, he does not respond to your efforts. His breathing grows more ragged and shallow, and his vacant eyes are those of a man who has lost the will to live. Even if I wake, the nightmare goes on. No, leave me to sleep. You call him out, but the man does not respond. Have you come to help us? Too late. My family, my friends. Yeah. I mean, Stormblood kind of prepared you for this, but not at all in this way. Are these the only villages who survived? I can only hope the others managed to flee, but if the rest have been turned to beasts, by the 12. Let us do what we can so that the damage spreads no further. And no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate. On towards, that we might live. I can tend to the rest. Pray look after Matcha. No doubt what we have seen here weighs even heavier on his heart than ours. Indeed. Oh, try it. This is Yervet, the elder here. He is hurt, but praise be to the sisters. He lives. Young Matcha here has told me everything. I have not the words to express my gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, but did our best to carry on as we always have done. Until today, when those unholy beasts became pouring into our village. A flood of midnight and death. There are no words to describe what followed. Man and woman I have known since they were babes struck down by the creatures, only to rise again to join the more murderous horde, in the guise of the same hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of our villagers fled for their lives. I can only hope they have found their way to safety. Matcha, do you perchance remember yourself and Mevon, the young couple who always brought you your freshest catch? How could I forget, Elder? When I first came to peddle my wares, desperate to eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others shunned me as an outsider, as is their way, but Queer herself and Mevon brought my fish and sung its praises. They turned my fortunes around. Alas, I fear they are in terrible danger. I saw them running towards Agama temple. They had their child, but still but a tiny babe. To load these fiends while caring for one so young is an impossible task, surely. I beg of you, go to their aid. I want to help them. Yet I am but a fisherman. I cannot face beasts on my own. Will you help me? Why, certainly I do. Oh, thank you! Agama Temple lies to the west of here. We must hurry. Moving on to Agama Temple, and so... Yeah, let's go to the west. Oh, we could have just done this. Okay. I always forget that, like, the main quest lines will basically walk you towards the most important places. There we go, Pavana's Remorse. And that's the temple building, I believe. Pardon me, just running along. The temple is just ahead. It was built by those who worship Saint Agama, but has sadly fallen into disrepair in recent years. If my friends made it this far, no doubt they are hiding somewhere amidst the ruins. No, please, stay back. That was queer stuff. Oh no, this is not good. I'll take a look. Or you just wait here, I guess. Yes, I understand. The cry came from the ruins. You must hurry. Was that lightning? I have not seen lightning before during this section of the game. It might be that there's like lightning happening as a weather effect. And so it's like amplifying the apocalyptic atmosphere, which is entirely reasonable, I guess. Okay, so it's like on there. Come on, buddy. In you go. let's aid the wounded Questra. The man lies motionless on the ground, bearing a grievous wound. I'm sorry, tribe. I tried to stay behind, but I couldn't. No, it cannot be. Is someone? Anyone? He's alive! My arms, so heavy, and my legs. I cannot feel my legs. My wife fled with our daughter. I need to find them. I need to be with them. I need... Questra, no! You must stay strong! More time. I thought I had. I don't want to die. Let's dry his tears. All we can do is give in some comfort. Thank you. Please find them. Mavan still lives, and she has their child. We must search the jungle between here and Palaka's stand. There is nowhere else she could have gone, I think. Forgive me, Questra. Once we have saved your wife and child, we will return and lay you to rest. Indeed, let's start surveying the area, shall we? Northwest, which is, I think, over there, so it's not like we can do much there. You see no tracks or other signs of recent travel. Mervan and the child must be elsewhere. We're being shoved. Annoying little bastard. I think what might be happening is that like this thunderstorms combining with the apocalypse weather effect. Okay, there we go. So now we're close to one to the east. If Mervan and her daughter came through this area recently, you see no evidence of their passage. Did you see any sign of them? I found nothing. Nope. Perhaps the beasts have chased them further from the village. Oh, gods above, I beseech you, pray deliver Mervan and her little one to safety. So we are halfway done with questing, from the looks of it. Oh, hang on, there's something else here first. Meanwhile, in the skies above Fafnir.
No more enemies to trouble us here. It's me. How fare you below? Understood. I will inform Vritra. Chaos and panic sweep Raz-at-Han, and many more have succumbed to the transformations. Amidst the fray, Ahawan fell, protecting a grief-stricken father. My friends fight alongside your Radiant host to secure the capital. Beasts have been sighted in Palakistan as well. We have divided our forces in hopes of quelling the threat there. Of small solace is that we now know what triggers the transformation. As my companions tell it, it is the very fear and despair in their hearts which inflicts this abhorrent punishment upon them. A nightmare from which my children will never awake. O capricious and cruel fate, they are undeserving of such condemnation. Will you wallow in sorrow or rise to the occasion? Raz-at-Han is leaderless. Before he passed, Ahawan sought to reveal the truth to his people. Honor his wishes. To what end? To breed a new conflict between dragon and man. These claws could reduce thee to shreds with a touch. These jaws crush thy bones to dust. Only through my proxy could I walk with my children. Without him, I am a bringer of fear, no different from the beasts which beleaguer them. Perhaps so. Only in death were Hraesvelgr and Shiva united. Indeed, whenever man and dragon have come together, death has ever been the inevitable result. It was our fear of your kind that sparked a nigh-endless war. Fear and hate of which Nidhogg drank deep as he laid waste to my homeland. And in turn, I took my revenge on his brood. Blood for blood, pain for pain. I thought nothing of theirs, only of mine. And yet, were the chasm between us too vast and too deep, Hraesvelgr would not have borne Isael to battle and our rescue. He would never have entrusted a mortal champion with one of his eyes, and the Dragonsong War would still rage on. And I would still wage a never-ending war of violence and vengeance. The future of our star be damned. I cannot speak for Ahawan's greater goals. Yet I know that he served you, served your people, long and true. In this time of unprecedented crisis, he turned to you. You could do worse than to place your trust in him. It will not be easy, but the future of Raz-at-Han hangs in the balance. We have company. I am ready. The hour has come, Preacher! It's all or nothing!
So yeah, there's a lot going on at the moment. I'm going to be taking a short break, as per usual. We have hit the halfway point in regards to questing. In the next half, we're going to continue fighting, helping with Palika's stand. We're going to also get flying unlocked over here, which is fun. And a reminder that at the end of today's stream, I'll be taking some time to kind of do a state of the stream on stream, where we're going to be talking about all the things that are currently happening. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a short break. Not sure, it will probably be 5 to 10 minutes. I will run a 2-minute ad break, so my apologies for that. But that's live at times. And I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And there we go, I'm back. Let's move casually along to when all hope seems lost. Also, let me go to get rid of the on-break screen. There we go. If Mevan fled deeper into the jungle, she and her child are in grave danger. Whatever are we to do? Gods have mercy. Yeah, you must not let fear consume you. Let's start with the basics. Fear consume me? What are you talking about? Then I too could become a beast. I understand, I think. I've seen to the wounded. How did the two of you fare? Did you find your friend? I see. In that case, let us help find you, the mother and child. Before we leave, we must ensure the village will be safe in our absence. Alize and I will patrol the area and search for more beasts. Would you and Matcha speak with other Yerperet? Pray explain to him the situation and join us as soon as you are able. We will save Mavan and her child. We can do that much for Kreresov. Da 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 da, that's the wrong one for me to grab now. So we are actually literally on the halfway point in regards to even like this quest line. Like we're now halfway in through the 85 quest, but also halfway through Palika's well, or yeah, through Palika's stands. I mean, I'm heartened to see both of you both safe. But what of the family? We found Kreresov, but he... Say no more. I understand. We have lost another of our dear friends. Kreresov may be gone, but there's still hope for Mevron and their child. Please find them, I beg of you. And if, in your search, you come across anyone else who escaped the slaughter, pray tell them what happened. I will do my best to keep the villagers safe, and their spirits high. Come, let us rejoin your friends at once. I'm pleased to report that the facility appears to be beast-free, no doubt thanks to your earlier efforts. And with that, let us resume our search for your friend and her child. Where should we begin, Matcha? If you follow the Xiroda south, you will arrive at Pursa, a temple. It is a sacred place where people go to commune with the divinities. It is possible that Mevan sought shelter there, and perchance other villages as well. Then it is settled. Matcha, stay close to me, alright? You two, take the lead. Keep an eye out for any beasts, and keep an eye out for beasts and anyone in need of help. Very well, we'll make for Purusa, as quickly as we are able to. With me. Yes, let's go. Now. I'm having some very dry lips today. Okay, let's first go east. It's like, I don't know where the dry lips are coming from today. It's just... Oh, I think I do actually know. I bit my lip at some point. When I was eating yesterday. I think that might be it. Go. Next one is southwest. I should mention the idea, I believe, is that there are like 5 in here and 5 in there, so we have found 3 over here in this section of Fafnir. So the next one, other 4 are going to be the other section. know. Just so you know where we're at. Never mind, there we go. Let's eat the villager woman. Thank you. I thought I was done for. Nothing? She's a friend of mine too, but I have not seen her. She must still be out there somewhere. We're trying to avoid the beast. But with her own child, gods. Worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own. Tribe, wait! Perusa lies just up ahead, but something terrible has happened. The beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alphinaud and Alizé have gone to do what they can, but there are so many. More than I could count. You must be ready. Thank you for the company. Let me quickly... I forgot to put my new water in. Give me 1 second. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Got myself some new water. There we go. Actually... Oh no, wait, it's all the way up there. That's number one. Come on. Where's the other front? Still southwest. Let's go find that real fast. There we go. Last one is all the way down to the south. No, wait, never mind. That's this area. We will be getting there. I will say this already. After before we start Quest 8, we will be doing everything else to ensure a smooth ride into flying around. So keep that in mind as that we're doing 2 quests now, then we're going to be getting some additional quests done, and then we're going to be finishing this up. So, right. Should be one more, because I believe it's like 5 in this area and 5 in the other area. And there is really not much else to say at the moment here. One thing I will say is that as you can see, the Snatch has been transformed from a dungeon boss to a normal enemy, because now we know how to fight him. There you are. How fare the others? I see. You've seen to all the beasts inside. In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies, and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember. Remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested, always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevon, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand. So I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
Oh, never mind, it's a free company invite.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mervyn.
Indeed. We still have a baby to save. But it's really nice how quickly people are learning to try and see
that
hope
beast was chasing someone.
in even the worst of situations. Like, it really shows the resilience of all of these people. Also, just a quick one right here. This is like a really quick small rant. Don't do this. Please. Please don't just randomly invite people. It is, you know, it's annoying mostly, and can give people the feeling that they're not being cared about. So please don't. That's all I ask for. So So yeah, please just, you know, don't. It helps me, it helps you, it helps everyone. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to Warm Hearts, Rekindled Hopes. Over there, my view was blocked by the trees, but I'm sure I saw someone being chased by bears, especially when it's like over 100 people in Europe. FC, like, just don't. Because I already know that, you know, there is like an immense amount of drama that's going to be happening at one point or another. Right, go with Matcha and search along the river. Alphino and I will circle around from the south. Indeed. So yeah, just don't. That's basically all I'm asking you. Like, it's not cutesy, it's not fun, it's just annoying. Even if it's for like 5 seconds. For me to just say no. Like, I'm not in an FC for a reason. Oh, Jesus. First of all... The Font of Maya. This temple was once the abode of an order of Arcasodara ascetics who sought the divine enlightenment of Maya. Abandoned for a stronghold deeper into the jungle, the structure now sits derelict and half submerged in rainwater. Let's again some interesting info. Let's survey the land a bit more. Oh no.
That's her! No, I'm sure of it! Bevan!
Don't, please!
Oh. Uh-oh, she's drawn aggro. I know I shouldn't be laughing, but that was a nice...
No! God have mercy!
Let's go ahead and save a little baby. Maven's lifeless body floats before you, battered and broken. Her death, no doubt, came swiftly. Her infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. Should be around here somewhere. There it is. Come on, baby. Survive. Survive for all of us, please. Baby. You take the baby in your arms. If she yet lives, you cannot tell, but she will surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface at once. There, splutter, splutter. There we go. the hell away from the baby. Ah, fine. Exalted Divine Veil. Ooh, nice. Hang on, Chivalry? Oh, it's not a baby. Gotcha. Did you find Mevan and the child? Yes. Unfortunately, one of them did not make it. Damn it all. You have the child? Let me see her.
She's so cold, Elfino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet... she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsia, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Matsia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matsia. Her life is in your hands.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matsia. Go! Quickly!
Steady. You know the way. No. No! Not you too. Don't be afraid.
I mean, the fact that babies
Be afraid.
can also turn is obviously
To live is to suffer.
to
drink of calamity.
is obviously terrifying.
Death lurks in the dark. No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony.
Boom.
a divinity?
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mevan and Grasef. Please.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matsia.
Yeah, I have a feeling he'll be fine.
Really? How can you be so sure?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
There we go. There's the reason why.
Estinian, it was you who came to Matia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vritra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mervyn gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband, at least. Will you help me?
Sure. We have done what we can. It is for the villagers of Palaka's stand to perform the funeral rites. If nothing else, Mevan and Kerasav died as they lived, as themselves and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. To think the day would come when even the smallest of solaces would be discomforting. Okay, so we're going to be doing as much as we can. Unfortunately, some quests will only open up after we have done simple pleasures. So yeah, I guess we're going to be here. We're going to do the usual, which is that we're going to be doing some small questing. Mostly in the form of getting the final EVA coins, or the ones that we can currently get. Can't get all of them at the moment, unfortunately. So there's one in Palaka's stand that won't open up until after this quest. So enjoy the music, the sad, sad music as we go ahead and do all of these smaller quests. This is actually the quest that leads into the tribal quests. Keep that in mind. Is that there's always like least one or two quest lines that you kind of need to fully complete in order to unlock the tribal quests. That has they've changed that in Heavensward. So in ARR or in the Realm Reborn, you can just start a match at level 46. That's no longer possible. There's always some quest line attached to. Yeah, skip the cutscene. So we're just gonna go out and need to, I believe, show some stuff to someone. Go to the east, which is exactly where we need to be as well. It's kind of weird, like you're meant to do this quest at like level 81. And not while the literal apocalypse is happening. Going to finish up real fast. Okay, there we go. Come on, buddy. Yeah, come on, buddy. Be done with it. First of all, just eat the compass a bit more, because I believe there's one right here-ish. Yeah, southeast, so it's in the same region. There we go. There it is. That's the one that has been messing up our EVA currents. Next one is Northwest. And we have... No, that. Let's see, okay, so we have 4 more to go. And obviously a few quests. Like I said, like the two, I believe it's like this quest and the one in Palaka's stand that lead to the tribal quest. I will be honest, on my main account I've done all of the quests that are possible, with 1 or 2 exceptions in a place that I can't talk about yet, so I'm all prepared for the tribal quests. I almost want to say unfortunately, because I'm also not quite done yet with the Axe and the Shawl, simply because I always forget to do the last quest, and well, we'll talk about that in a few hours. Okay, there we go. Yeah, to the north. This one will lead to, like I said, to the tribal quests, so yeah, you don't have to do it. At least not as far as I'm aware. The tribal quest actually being right here. Like, that is the tribal quest place. So if we go there, you will see... Yeah, to be fair, it is 9 PM. So there might not be as many people there. But you can see people be here. Because this is, like I said, tribal quests. Northeast. Might actually be... over here. Yeah, I think this is the one of those that I couldn't get before. Approximately to the east. No. Error. What do you mean to the east? I feel like there's this massive error sign as of right now on my head, but I'm confused. Southeast. Right, well anyway, that apparently is what we need to do in a bit. Let's go to Great Walk and finish up that little quest right there. Just gonna follow the road down here towards over here. As I mentioned, this is the Burning Field, is where you can do testing on dummies. I know not a whole lot of people use them, but yeah, they exist. I sometimes use them to kind of check my own DPS, because it's a very natural way to kind of check. Or it's like a very it's basically a way to kind of just check your DPS without. Or at least get an idea of your DPS, you know, like in what can reasonably consider to be the same circumstances each time. Okay, there we go. There you go. Also allows me to kind of to catch up, because we have done 7 quests, so we have like, technically according to the schedule, like 40 minutes to kill. Which, yeah. Go, spin up. think there might actually be a the questing might actually now be. Oh no, wait, we can't yet. Need to be able to tune for that kind of question becomes available. So now we're going to grab the last 4 epoch currents that we can. Keep the map with me. Northeast. Yeah, buddy. You have found me! Oh no! Whatever shall I do except run far, far away? To the northeast. Still to the northeast, which makes me believe it's past that gap. I am, in the meantime, looking around. East, okay, so that's probably around here-ish. Southeast. Oh joy. Wait, seriously? I checked there is nothing here. To the south. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's go to grab the ones in Palakastan. There are still 4 to go, so I'm not certain where the other ones are meant to be. It sure as hell isn't here. Oh, joy. Joy to the world, and all that stuff. That's an ape. That's a monkey. Let's see here. Should be around. Oh, hang on. Could it be? No, it isn't. I know that much. I checked there earlier. There's nothing there. To the northwest. Somewhere around here. Northwest. See, there's nothing here. Like, I don't get where they want me to go. To the southwest. I've been here. For fuck's sake. Oh, you've got to be joking me. This is not my favorite map to collect currents on, I should probably mention that. Precisely because of the massive height difference. Like with Labyrinthos, at the very least, you're very quickly aware of whether or not you're going into the right direction. And here, you could be going into the right direction, but also you could not be in a sense, but also sort of was. You might sort of be going into the right direction, or sort of not. And yeah, you fall down, buddy. I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter. Oh well, so that we can start playing here, which is good for everyone. City's small, that's about outcomes right there. Well, at the very least, now we know where we need to go. There we go. I'm blind. But then again, we knew that already. I stood here. I stood right here. I'm almost certain of it. Or at least close enough that I could have seen it if I was... Never mind. Anyway, that's 3 more to go. Now we're going off. I believe I know this one because I believe I said during the first stream that I would grab that one later. But I could be wrong about that. Something small. Just how good that is personally. Probably aside I need to clean my computer again at some point. Yep, there we go, northeast. It's right here, around here. That's 2 more to go, I believe. Yep, 2 more to go. Next up, it's to the west. So I believe it is the last one in this area, but I could be wrong. Yeah, me thinks that someone is doing a quest here. Oh, I failed. My bad. I think it might be right here in the Hamsa hatchery. Yeah, there we go. And southeast, which, yeah, it's got about percent for that one, because I believe that one is right here. So we could have very easily missed it. We'll do a quick check to see if this is also giving us an EP current. If it isn't, then we're going to move on with the main story. There we go, indeed. Like I thought, like, we probably missed that one right here. It's just me being a derp. And that is, I believe, the last EV current we can currently get. Yes. Okay, let me quickly check to see if this one gives us an EV current. If not, then we're going to move on. Also, once again, a reminder. I like to give these reminders every 2 hours or so that after we're done with Final Fantasy portion of the stream, I will be giving a channel and stream update. Mostly for the subs, but also just for people in general, where you can also ask questions about the current state of the channel. So Just something to keep in mind. As once we're done with Final Fantasy, once we're done with the 85 quest, we aren't quite done yet with the stream today. No, okay, then we're going to move on. Moving on to the 8th quest out of 10 we have to do today, which is called Simple Pleasures. I kind of like the fact that we did this, the searching for Ether Currents with this music instead of the Apocalypse music. Gives much more of a nice, chilled out vibe to the entire thing, you know? Just like, it's nice, it's relaxing. It's a bit melancholy as well. We've gone through a lot over the past 7 quests. But it's nice, you know. It gives something to it. And I don't think that the usage... something I wanted to mention earlier as well is the fact that they use the music... that they basically use the entire library from Realm Reborn up until Endwalker for their cutscenes really shows that they're not necessarily picking songs because they're part of the expansion, they're picking songs because they fit the mood the best. And I think that definitely helps elevate the music of this expansion. You are ready then? In that case, let's head to Palaka's stand. No doubt Vritra is awaiting us. Well, luckily for us, we can just go back there right away. Also, something is seriously wrong with my lips today. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matcha returned with the baby safe in his hands. Owing to a warm bed, the young girl had already begun to relax. Less joyous received was word of the mother and the father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Fafnir must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death another void that cannot be filled. We who survived then must carry the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Kairisaf and Mervan's babe is a child of Tavnir as well. I thank you for your help in that, I think. Oh, most great and graceful and merciful worm, I have not the words to express our gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Matcha and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged the pact of the friendship with the satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vritra, and for years and counted had this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as satrap, with Ahawan as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true satrap all along? Oh no. Nirana, what are you doing here? Hello. Also, you look reasonably fine for what has happened 5 levels ago. I heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palaka's stand in their time of need. And so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Work came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions from Mervan's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumor had circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varshan with that knowledge, I simply put 2 and 2 together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion. But like me, they no doubt recognized that the Satrap was using the simulacra to work more closely with his people, and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of Alban's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vitra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your skills, I do not know where we would be. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. It was thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You were the saviors not only of Razat Han, but of the star. Far too kind you are, Master Vitra. But the star yet wants for salvation. Once more will my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding our people in this, their darkest hour. It would seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Razat Han fares. What will you do, Science? I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Sure. I don't mind being asked for... Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. Also, oh, hang on. There we go. Frames are dropping. Okay. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here in Fafnir? Well, it's a long story, really. Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, friend. My colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if I can further our own research. And with that, here we are. A pot of piping hot chai, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with a hearty helpings of rich milk and pure sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal purposes, then? Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. So very tasty though, and has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of the chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nidana. By all means, allow us to assist. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you've finished, look for me at the wakeful Torona. Very well. Let's go and give them some lovely hot chai. Here you go, buddy. Get your... Come on, drink up. I have heard it's rather good for you. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot to do the struggle keep. Whoopsie. Could have saved us a bit of time. Thank you. Let's see here. Ah, hang on, there's one over there. No, not that. Sprint. I really should change the teleport and sprint button. Hang on, let me do it right now, actually. There we go. Come on, buddy. Get yourself some tea. And then the last one, I believe, was right around here. There we go. Drink your tea, bud. And as you can see, before we actually finish this up, we can right now finish up the flying. So let's do that first before we continue with the rest of the quest. Come on, buddy. Yep. So we need to go to, I believe, kill some enemies, and over here we have up top. That way we can grab the final map parts before we move on to quest 9 for today. Come on, bud. Give me the quest. So yeah, quickly you need to speak with Akama's temple, and over here Radiant Host. Also that... Oh, never mind, I thought it was like a level 90 hunter thing. There we go. Okay, so we need to investigate a few areas. That's more than doable. In the meantime, I hope everyone is having a lovely day today. After I'm done with streaming, I'll be making some dinner actually. And it will be very Dutch. It will be a very Dutch dinner comprised of potatoes, like mashed potatoes, green beans, and some meat that I had lying around. You know, season it and make sure that it doesn't taste too bad. And some gravy, because why not? Like I said, simple, but you know, I'm in the mood for simple food. Like I always like to go for the more like fanciful dishes, but today I'm just feeling like a simple, easy pleasures. Also, pardon me if I accidentally press buttons like M&M are, for some reason, buttons that I sometimes forget which goes where. Yeah, buddy, you do you. You keep trying to follow me. Good boy. Come on, buddy. Let's aid him. Then that one won't have an enemy from the looks of it, so we can kind of make a good swoop around. Okay, there we go. Let's just go there first, and then we can from there go there, and then we can move back into Palikastan. go, it has been done. So let's move on to the next quest. I do love the rolling thunder during the apocalypse. I at first thought it was maybe like that there was like storms during the weather effect, but it's been happening too frequently. So that means that it is just simply part of the apocalypse weather effect, which is very nice. Really gives us really gives off just the sheer danger that we are meant to be in. There we go. So I think we need to bring him back to the village. But it could be a different quest. Okay, there we go. Now we can go ahead and start going towards it. Come on, buddy. As a matter of fact, we actually need to go here anyway. Come on, buddies, over here. Come on, fight me. There we go. Come on, buddy. Let's keep on running. It doesn't feel like we're being rushed. It does feel like I'm accidentally triggering an enemy over here. Come on, bud. Need to sneak past. Okay, there we go. You know what? Let's just run past him. There's no need for us to do anything here. Just run past him. Ignore the massive enemy behind you. Almost there. Buddies over here. Don't try to avoid the straggler, if at all possible. There you go. Come on, buddy, over here. Ignore the massive crocodile. He's friendly. He's only angry towards me. There we go, buddy. See, that wasn't so hard. idea. Oh, that's the radiant host, actually. Okay. Oh. And you are right here. And now let's move on to finishing up simple pleasures. And then we're going to quickly unlock the rest of the map, and then we move on to quest 9. Thank you for delivering the chai, tribe. Did it help to lift the village's spirits? Yes, it did. That is heartening to hear indeed. The final days show no sign of abating, but that is all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition. For it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. And there we go, freebird's happening. And we have... Oh, wait, hang on. We have unlocked flying, which means it's time to go ahead and move stuff around. There we go. I'll just quickly go ahead and grab the rest of this place. Like I said, this place is... see if we can fly into it enough. Yeah, so here's where you can train after you're done with the main story. As you can see, nobody's currently using them. I don't think they're ever really used, but they're a nice way to kind of make sure that like you have your rotation down. So we're just gonna make a quick fly across the entire island. There we go, this is a place you can only enter when flying or during very specific side quests. Let's move on to the ocean. Yeah, I've always found it a bit weird that like you actually go past Tavnir on your way in Stormblood. It's just that we never actually see anything of it. I think it would be like a nice Easter egg if we get close to Tavnir, that it's just like sort of like the acknowledgement of the continent. As sort of like a hint that we will be going there later. But I can also understand why they never did that, because it can feel like it means that you're meant to go there during the expansion, which obviously won't happen. There we go. It's one more place. We might as well go ahead and... hang on. This is, to be honest, this is faster. It's also a nice reward at the end of like all the trouble that we've had, to be able to finally fly and kind of see the entire island from a different perspective. There you go. Mapping the realm. Perfect. That is 3 areas. Like I said, today is basically like a day of like getting halves. We're now halfway with flying as well. So yeah, we're halfway done with the dungeons, we're halfway done with flying, we will soon be halfway done with the quests. There's a lot of halfway marks being reached here. Let's move on to Under His Wing. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what had become of Mevan and Quarasav's remains. Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palaka's stand will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it would not be easy for her, growing up without her parents. But I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's magic at work. See how their tensions fade with every sip. Let us pray that Pelika's stand has seen the last of the transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as every village in Fafnir, like us not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. So we return to Razathan. By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Akyali, and we have plenty of space. Now let us find Justinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off again? The Wakeful Torona, near the bridge to Razathan, as I recall. Very well then. And you can see a little quest symbol over here. This is the other quest you need to do in order to get the tribal, to start the tribal quests. Alphano told me everything. Full glad am I to hear that people are safe. Likewise, you will be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. It would seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for the people of Fafnir. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city of on Alzadal's path. Come. Let us walk into the city. No problems. I always forget that, like, this is actually a thing that will be, I believe, implemented until 6.2, where you have, like, different versions, in order to make sure that, you know, the servers don't crash again. Especially during the first week in December, it was an interesting experience. It is good to see you safe. Given the skies, it is all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, although they said no more than that. Don't you have any idea what it is about? So Vitra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To Begaduta then, but before that it would appear the word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. Okay, very fair. We still cannot go into the Everite yet, but that's okay. Are the beasts gone? All gone? I've been hiding and I'm too scared to go out and look. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Vershan is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the other people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Oh. Oh, sweet innocence. Not sure if hiding behind the lantern is going to help, but I can see the logic, I guess. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely horrible. Oh, God, what are you doing? Scaring me like that. If we're not quiet, the beast will find us. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushing that creature's maw. So many lives lost, such terrible carnage. And you say there's someone else who would lead Razat Han in his stead? Wherever they are, if they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it. Yes, that's always good. A good way to deal with anger, I guess. Could be worse. I will be quiet for the duration of this cutscene. Enjoy.
Look! Someone's coming!
People of Razat Han, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
People of Razat Han, I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vitra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us, I too have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radzat-Han to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radzat-Han will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it. Over you. And lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together. So too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Indeed.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father!
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radzat-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radzat Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy forum been allies to Thavnir. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vitra. We believe in you.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Nidana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palika Stand?
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do? Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet, and we will meet again.
A really nice little cutscene. Interesting though that there was like no confrontation between us and the forum, but I guess that might be more so because technically they did nothing wrong. Still salty about the fact that we had to do all the fighting though. As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we have seen, there's still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nithana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And, if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Let's start on the last quest of today. That being at World's End. Greetings, honored scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency, the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Mekaduta prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vitra. The feast he speaks of await you at Merdi's Mahane. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action. And that seems an ideal venue. Ah, and to you, Tribe Sakamuri, there's something we had hoped to introduce you to in particular. But I'm loath to detain you further, made you spare a moment of your time. Sure. A personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you are ready, please join me in the Ifrit Plaza. I should go on ahead. Cheers through this door, I believe. Access to the Ifrit, you see there, has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency. A risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to the Ifrit before we proceed along the hall corridor. Alright then. We finally, after all this time, have access to the Ifrit. Finally. We now have access to all 4 areas. And to the endgame area, which is here. And yet, from here on, the patch notes no longer give guidance. The game has so far deliberately withheld 2 full areas from us. One can only wonder what is still yet in store for us. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the Hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Rosathan's military operations. Sundrup, our destination, lies just ahead. Welcome to Sundrup. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... Oh, haha, so you're the famous type, Sakamiri, eh? I knew it the moment you stepped through that door. You have the look of one who's walked through hell. Sure, but please, you're speaking to the satrap's honored guest and the savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? But disrespect is then paying a fellow warrior a compliment. We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Eorzea, sign of the Seven Dawn, warrior of light, and all-round good act, I'm sure. This talk of egg and meat reminds me I'm late for dinner. A man after my own heart. I like it. Don't you worry, I'll keep it short. There's just a thing or two we'd like you to remember. First of all, about the room you're standing in now. Rosathan welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are the military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrup. I imagine you're more familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? You've got representatives from Doma. Hold on, Alamigo. Lim Salaminsa. Gridania. And last but not let it not be said least, Ishgard. They are the eyes, ears and mouths that bridge the distance between Rosathan and their respective homelands. We are used this brief respite to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a man in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the empirical anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, all the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Fafnir reached the Grand Company of Eorzea and our Voids and allies, our readers knew at once the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenal spread. Our agents are able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the bounty, including this island and Corvus. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye, all throughout Allied lands there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. For what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone, anywhere overcame by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Thinking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Russet Town, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, blasphemies. As fitting a name as any, to ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge a comrade to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Aye, each nation has assembled their own group of elite soldiers to put down the so-called blasphemies and their spawners and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put people's mind at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength and help us slay the blasphemies that plague our homelands. No. I'll explain why in a bit. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucked into all that fine cuisine, eh? You have gained access to the role quest for Endwalker, the separate quest line and stories now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. To undertake these quests, we speak with any of the delegates and Sundrop and agree to help defeat the blasphemies that plague their respective homelands. I can already tell you the answer is going to be no, and I'll explain why right now. The reason we're not going to be doing this is because I'm focusing purely on the Endwalker main story. These quests, while definitely giving a better understanding, I mean I've done all of them except for the Doman one, while they do give a better understanding of like the blasphemies and everything else, you don't need to complete them at any point. They are not required to be done. And you can still do them after you're done with the main story. And for the sake of brevity and also for the sake of like the flow of the stream, I'm not going to do these on stream. I might do them off stream. So, but that is like that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. So the answer will be we will not be doing any of these, simply because I kind of want to focus on the pure main story. And I apologize to anyone if they find that if that's sad, or if they, think that we should give some consideration to these, but for the flow of the streams, it just isn't happening. Pray forgive Shira about her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it's simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your heart and rest. You will be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way to the Mahane? Glad to hear you're becoming familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all the Radiant host, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage to us at Han in our time of need. We shall endeavor to fight the good fight to the end. We might honor Hawan's legacy and serve Master Vritra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. So let us go speak with Minil. I mean, do you know the way to the city? I mean, I know the way to the Ether, right? And I think that that is the most important bit here. Welcome! When the satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests, I was wondering who it might be. This is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kazal from your friend Krahatia. I understand there was nothing that could be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drinks tonight are on Meheri's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Yes, a glass of your finest local spirits. This character is a drunkard. As you wish, pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? Our allies have sent military delegates. That is news to me. Mind sharing the details? Mind sharing the deeds?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more. So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead. Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Horosite at the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can. Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure. should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the Ethereal Sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends and end begins.